Who mans is that?
3, 2, 1. Alright, more peace, love, and happiness. Welcome to BTA Podcast episode number 23. I am...
Season 2, episode 3.
Yeah, that one. I'm Ali, joined by Collie, Jarool, Lachlan,
Yeah, morning.
Hola,
KL,
amigos.
Kelly,
Back in it.
Sharma.
Morning.
And first things first, fellas, how are y'all doing?
I'm
I didn't
tired.
You know what, everybody just pay the numbers according to the KLD. So I'll be 6.
Number. For the
Ah,
file
for the-
description, yeah, it's number.
Yeah.
What is that
For
tired?
the Kelly mood board, I'm gonna say a 6, honestly.
Is number 2 tired?
Number 2 looks very tired, yeah.
To
Kelly,
be honest,
how
I think
you,
they're all tired because they're all Kelly.
They're all
Kelly, how you
Kellys,
feeling
yeah.
now, number 2?
In number 2, I was fed up, yeah.
Okay, well, that's still number 9 then.
Boy, I'm fed up.
Yeah. And then only just have... You know what? Number 7 doesn't look that tired. That's just Kelly vibrating at the
Number
higher
7 is
frequency.
so energetic.
I feel like, honestly, it's all just Kelly progressively waking up.
Yeah. The number 1 is Kelly in Dream World in VR.
Personally, right now, I'm a number 3.
Nice.
I have a question. Is
Observant
this
Kelly.
candy public? Oh,
Yes.
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 oh
I feel like
boy.
we posted before.
Kelly, we use this every single episode.
No, I mean, yes, but like,
We
Do
released it to the
people-
public.
Kelly,
As
have
in
you
the-
ever seen a
podcast.
Check it,
podcast?
tweet.
Kelly, have you ever seen a podcast episode?
no, I have not.
They can see
You
like
know
my
who's
screen right now.
recorded?
Like they're
Yeah,
seeing
oh,
my
see-
Discord screen
They
right
see
now.
Ali's entire screen.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you have
You
a
know
scene
what,
with the
yeah.
image being used like this?
we never like nobody ever asked Kelly for her consent.
yeah,
to
that's true.
That is
We kind of just
That is
started
true.
using it.
very
It's
true.
real. Yeah.
I
Names
could.
will ask
I
for
could.
consent.
So Ali knows.
Don't sue me. I don't even make money
Back
off it.
copyright for these pictures, bro.
So him and just take the computer.
You're basically building whole
So
things.
true.
So true, bestie. So true.
Anyway, this episode brought to you by the following struggle tweet. Kelly, go ahead and read that out, please.
Of course. Let me find it. Right. Jonathan Demetrius Harmon Ali drinks bathroom water.
That face.
Sad
You know
face.
what? I did too.
That sounds like a
You-
lie.
You didn't
I
have
have
to
no problem,
fucking
right?
admit that.
Lachlan?
No, you.
It's not a problem,
Why
right?
do you sound
Excellent.
proud, Lachlan?
I
Water
hate,
all come from the same place?
I hate that you said that and the first topic is personal care routines. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, reminder you can follow us on Twitter at BTA Struggle
Don't.
TWTS
Don't
for more occasional
do
struggle
it.
tweet content.
don't do it.
But yeah,
Oh, wait,
as
I
Kale
still have-
said, that's like an excellent segue into the first topic. What was that, Drew?
No, I was talking to myself. Go ahead.
Oh,
And since it's an excellent segue, I'm going to hijack it and be like, hey guys, I got the COVID vaccine.
nice.
Look.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, go ahead. Talk about that, please. Talk about your process.
Okay. So the process for me was kind of different because actually, hold on, let me swallow real quick.
Oh?
I just fucking spat my water out.
Please
Fucking hell,
do not
what?
follow on call.
Holy
First
shit.
of all,
Fellas,
I just spat my
Gerald
fucking
was
water
Gerald-
out.
on call, and then
the
Lachlan falling on
BTA
call. I don't
server,
stop.
the
Why are we
BTA
talking
server
about one?
supports homosexuality.
Yes,
We
sir.
are
Hashtag
LGBTQ plus allies.
Yes,
Down
sir.
with the
You
gays.
swallow as much as you want, Lachlan.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know what, Lachlan? I'll give you, a round of applause.
Well, but yeah, while Lachlan was swallowing, I was spitting because like now I just covered in fucking water. Thank you, Lachlan.
Oh, for the
That's
love
all
of
that's
Christ.
all right.
You're
That's
like
also
a
alright.
strange or something? What's going
It's
on?
almost like we're the same person, but different versions.
No, I was like
Like
drinking
a
water.
Pokemon game. Pokemon spit and swallow.
no,
Oh,
no.
sheesh.
This
Also, happy Pokemon
podcast
Day,
is
guys.
moderated. NC
Today's Pokemon
17.
Day.
Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by Peter.
No.
Anyway,
COVID vaccine.
right,
COVID
so-
vaccine.
Yeah, COVID vaccine. So,
Lachlan.
yes, Cal.
Yeah, go on.
Why would you
Thank
do
you.
that? Why would you do that?
I was shouting him out.
But yeah, I didn't have to go through the usual like waiting process because originally there was like this thing at the hospital. My mother works at the hospital, so I was supposed to go to the hospital and they were like people who were family members of employees of the hospital were supposed to get it, but then we thought it was like a 2-day thing, and then they weren't supposed to be doing it the first day. So when I went the second day to get it, they were like, "No, you can't do it." But then my mother's like, "Well, I know a person," so I'm like, "Cool." So then I went the next day and I got the vaccine, and then I got home. And then after I got home, everyone's like, "Yeah, the side effects are probably going to start kicking in like in the middle of the night." And I was like, "Cool." So like, of course, like I got the vaccine around like almost 2:00, like 1:55, I think. Took about 12 or like a little over like 12 and a half hours for the side effect to kick in. And by that, I mean, I went to bed at 11 and woke up at like 2:30. Just like I didn't realize why at first. And then like the symptoms started intensifying quite a bit, and it was not pleasant.
We had like fever.
Yeah. Like the most prevalent one, as you expect, is like headache, lightheadedness. That's to be expected with this kind of thing. I'm not sure if I had a fever because I didn't really like take my own temperature since it was just like the middle of the night. I did, however, have a lot of chills. Like at the worst, I was like vibrating at such a high frequency I could have faced through a solid object. Yeah.
Number 7, Kelly.
Honestly, yes. But yeah, it wasn't fun at first. Like, my body was doing kind of weird things. I had chills a lot. What else was it? Yeah, I had chills. Was lightheaded. I got soreness later on. I was able to like get up and walk around a lot when it first happened. That helped, I think. Also, of course, Panadol is a lifesaver. Drink a lot of water as well. Drinking water basically got me through all of it. I barely slept that night, as you expect, because my body mainly couldn't decide if it wanted to be hot or cold. So, like, 1 second I had chills, the next second I was sweating. You know, normal stuff, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vision will do that to you.
Yeah. I would also say, if you have control over it, get the vaccine on a weekend, or at least not before, like, a day, not before you have to be productive. Because I had to work on Friday and I basically could not do anything because I was in bed the whole time trying to, either in pain or trying to catch up on any of the sleep that I missed like the night before. Like I was very much a mess. After the symptoms, it was really just like the symptoms, the side effects, right? They kick in really intensely at first. Like again, like I was shaking a lot. Like they like come up like out of nowhere. They're really intense. Like I was shaking a lot. My head was really like woozy and stuff. But then like they really quickly start to like go down. By the end of the day, they were virtually all gone. And I just kind of slept off the rest. So now I'm fine. It's just I'm kind of like still a bit groggy, but that's fine. I think a few more good nights sleep and I should be back to normal. But yeah, like it's not as bad as people think. Like obviously there's going to be side effects and obviously they're not pleasant. But I'd rather have had, those like quick side effects rather than a virus that would last for longer and possibly fuck up my body for even longer than that.
Nice.
But yeah, guys, COVID vaccine.
I believe you are the first in the server to get vaccinated. Congratulations, Lachlan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All you guys
Lachlan.
except me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anyways, that was pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
And I'm glad
Anyway,
like the side
after
effects,
segment.
not too worse. Not too bad, I mean.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, most people who want to take this vaccine, who don't want to take the vaccine, is because of the side effects.
Yeah, but like the
Like,
thing
sure,
is, these side effects not
people
worse than
think,
the
like,
actual virus, right?
Yeah,
Yep,
it's supposed to be a
exactly.
weakened form of it, so your body
You'll be
would
fine.
adapt
No,
to fighting
that's
it
not
off.
how the coronavirus vaccine is. It's not a weakened form of the virus itself.
Oh.
It's just it's a protein that what is it?
You know or you don't know?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, but I know for sure it's not a weakened form of the virus.
Okay.
Most forms of the vaccine is like a protein that the virus has, I think, that you're able to break down, but not like the actual virus itself.
I see.
There's a thread somewhere. I'll find it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And again, like it is the actual like symptoms of the virus, but I say it's much better to just experience those symptoms very briefly than to have those symptoms and then have them have like an actual effect on your body, like long term.
Yeah, because like, you know, the death rates are not extreme with COVID, right?
Mhm.
But at the same time, there's still like, you know, the chance of like long lasting lung damage, stuff like that. It can very much, you know, affect you for the rest of your life. So, yeah.
Also,
And it's just not fun to have.
I'm not gonna lie to you right now, but my boss did tell me something very concerning yesterday.
What's up?
Because okay, let me say. Like the year the pandemic actually started, I
Last year.
got like really, really sick.
Uh-huh.
Like a week before the whole pandemic like became a thing.
Oh,
And I did stay home for that week. And I went back to work normal, and then now I started hearing about the whole COVID thing. So I think to myself, what if I catch it too? But like they didn't figure out what it was. Because like I've been around people who have been tested positive for COVID and I haven't gotten it yet.
You do get immunity to COVID if you had it before.
Yeah.
Jarool
It
just
don't
broke
work
your
so.
front.
So,
he really
but
is.
also a lot
Oh,
of
it
people
could
who were
be.
sick like right before the pandemic started, they think that they had COVID. Like my sister thought she had it, my neighbor thought she had it. Like everybody thought they had it.
Well, all I know
So-
is I've been working fast food for a while and people have been coming into this place positive with COVID. Like, and by people, I mean my own damn co-workers, mind you.
Oh god, oh god.
But,
Yeah, because like some of my co-workers, like family and whatever, they have COVID or showing symptoms of COVID, and they still come into work.
Oh,
And my
Your
boss tell
co-workers
me that
should.
how,
stay at home.
and my boss said that how yesterday that how they carry she husband to the hospital to get him tested now, and he come out positive.
oh,
Oh,
oh.
Damn.
That's all you're
So,
doing
yeah.
in Popeye.
Yeah, boy.
And so your boss
I
just
can't
out
trip
and
to
about.
Popeyes, but
Yeah,
Just-
Well, no,
somebody
no,
I
no,
sleep
no.
in the same bed with that's positive, you know. You would believe that, and like you just stay talking face to face with them, normal. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Honestly, at a point where I don't care because, well, I didn't
What?
care like back then because like I was working 9 days straight and I was just tired and I was looking for any excuse to just like drop dead and probably go home. But now thinking about it, I'm kind of concerned because my bosses, they don't really like, they could really use some more social skills. Then again, I still want to talk. But at the same time, I don't want them to dead now because they sign up my paychecks, you know?
Drew, we had the
So much
discussion
more.
already. That's not like the only reason to keep a person alive.
no, but this
you stay alive.
specific person.
This literally came up before. I could tell because like I'm rewatching the episodes to the fucking supercut. Like I know this fucking discussion happened already.
Wait, I didn't see the supercut.
It didn't come out yet.
Because it hasn't been posted
yeah.
yet.
I'm gonna
Oh,
work on it
okay.
tonight and then tomorrow night, and then I should be done with it by tomorrow night.
You
Right,
don't have
right.
to like catch up on like 5 lectures, big man.
Yeah, the lecture's fucking broken. Like, they just don't work. WebEx fucking sucks, dude. It's so bad. So, yeah. Any, like, would-be teachers out there, don't use fucking WebEx, please. Like, Teams,
Yeah.
the way Teams to save recordings is so much better. Anyways, we actually
Any
talk about the
would-be
fucking
teachers
topics.
out there, any would-be teachers out there, don't be a teacher, you're not qualified.
I won't
Oh,
say
God.
all
Oh, okay.
I mean, some of them are.
No,
Most of them aren't.
because they're in training.
Most of them
That's why
aren't.
they
This
said
is kind of
would-bes.
true.
Some of them are.
Like,
Some, yeah, shut
I'm
up.
of the belief that the majority of people are going to teaching should not go into teaching.
That is
Yep.
very true.
A lot of them just
Honestly,
view teaching
some
as
of
a
the
backup
best
profession.
teachers-
Yeah,
Some of the
It's just
best
a lot
teachers
of
I have met are people that did not want to be teachers.
exactly. And it's like, why the fuck you sticking with this so long? Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
So, like, personal care, right?
Yeah, who's
Everyone
not
has to
care?
take care of their bodies.
This came
Great
up.
segue, KL.
No, this came up because of Kelly and her inordinate amount of shampoo.
How do you have an inordinate amount of shampoo?
Kelly,
I
tell them
think
how
it's
much
pretty
shampoo you
ordinary.
have.
Shampoo.
What?
Lachlan, can you speak?
Kelly, please justify all the shampoo that you own.
I just have to.
You have more than
That's
two.
not that much.
You have way more than two.
Are you sure you didn't see like
Two.
4 bottles and one is shampoo, one is conditioner, and you just have 2 sets?
You know what? You might be right. That'll actually fucking
Oh
know.
my god.
Dumbass.
This whole thing might be like
Jesus.
based on a
Ali, you use all
misobservation.
at one.
Wait, hold on.
Use soap,
Yeah,
shampoo,
Ali,
conditioner,
you use
toothpaste, everything in one.
2-in-1 like car grease shampoo or some shit.
No,
Like what?
I use normal shampoo and conditioner. I just use Irish Spring for
Water,
everything
oil, and
else. You
soap
know?
in one.
Irish
I mean,
Spring
yeah,
is my
wow.
soap
Oh.
and my face wash and
Staying true to the brand.
lotion and soap.
Oh.
Irish Spring is my go-to soap. Not gonna lie.
Exactly,
Hand sanitizer.
You're
Drew.
all doing too
You're
much.
done. You can't
Yeah,
go wrong with the
dumbass.
spring. You just can't go wrong with the spring.
Crocodile skin.
Have me feeling
Hashtag
like
not
a
sponsored, but could be sponsored.
could be.
It is actually
Crocodile
smell
teeth.
Just now.
Crocodile
Irish
skin.
Spring, if you're listening right now, like, just imagine like 5 minutes
not.
every episode dedicated
not.
to like, just Irish Spring sponsorship ads. Just think about it. Just think about it. My number in the description. Call me.
Call us, please.
Anyways,
Oh my god.
like I was saying, I use Irish Spring.
Did they reject all there on Twitter?
Yes, they did. But shooters shoot, Jarrell.
They were
Shoot, shoot.
kind to just give us
Yeah.
information.
Shooters shoot.
Shooters shoot.
I trying to get an Irish Spring bag, bro. I don't know about y'all, but imagine if they just
Have
like
a
pay us
bag?
in Irish Spring.
This, what,
Honestly,
this,
that's fine.
silver is less about Irish Spring silver, like what trying to say? The
What are you
feel
trying
of
to
it
say?
is less Irish Spring, more Old Spice feel.
You just say
What
that
do you mean
because
by
there's a
this?
lot
Hey,
of
just-
men.
Don't say that, Gil. Don't say the competitor name.
Isn't,
I'll
We
leave
don't
people.
acknowledge other
isn't Old
soaps
Spice
whatsoever.
better than Irish Spring anyway?
Hey, hey,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
hey,
yeah, 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 yeah,
You're the
yeah,
ones
yeah.
that the
Hello.
sponsorship, you know.
All
What y'all
I'm saying
doing?
Stop here.
What y'all doing?
with the characters in this chat, you're more likely to fit a Old Spice commercial than
hey.
Nah, I know about it.
Old Spice
Yeah,
have
big
nice
dog.
commercials though.
Right, okay, imagine an Old Spice commercial, but for Irish Spring. I think that'll be a hit. We can do that.
Ladies, look at your man.
Irish
One
Spring, we
is
can do
like
that for you.
expanding the
Please
market.
call
No,
us.
Do you
back
even
to
have
you,
a
man.
jingle?
Go back to
Do
me.
you need a jingle?
We could write the jingle. I produce music. Irish Spring. Irish Spring, come on.
You
He does
produce
produce
music.
music.
Wow. 2 songs. I'm a producer.
2 songs?
It's more than
That
that,
was
hold
a
on.
soundtrack.
Boy
I
was
do the
in
whole album. What are you talking about,
spoken
Sharma?
word.
I
He
was
know
in
how to
spoken
speak
word.
words. I'm sure he could come up with a song.
Exactly.
I love Peter Punch, guys.
Irish Spring, I can do everything for y'all. Y'all have no idea.
You can have an idea if you sponsor us.
Down payment required, yeah. That's true. Payment upfront.
We'll discuss the terms when it happens.
Yeah. Call us. Anyways,
Anyway, back to the topic.
back to the actual fucking
877
topic.
cash now.
We'll get to this topic eventually.
We fucking 16 minutes in and we've barely talked about the topic.
What is the topic again?
Personal hygiene
What's that?
routines.
Have a list, Lachlan. Y'all.
I'm playing solitaire.
Let me just like simplify. Let me just talk products, right? Like what products you always use. Collie, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm watching your show.
Gerald, you go. Gerald, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Drill, go ahead.
What were we talking about? Sorry.
Products.
Oh my god.
Personal
products.
hygiene products. What you use?
Personal hygiene products. I just use at first Irish Spring, just like normal soap and all that.
Okay, yeah.
And then
I'll go
if I
on.
really feel like just like relaxing and like the next day off, I just use the Old Spice body wash that my grandmother get for me.
Nice.
Ooh.
As for shampoo, I basically just use what my mom does be using. I never really look at what the brand was, but whatever it does make my hair like real slick and soft and all that. She did buy me.
Woof,
She
woof,
She
woof,
did
woof.
buy me
Watch them go,
a new medicated face wash because she was real cool about how my face does real look oily and full of buttons and whatever.
Yeah.
And wherever she buy it working.
Nice one. Glad to hear.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah, but
Shout
routine
out to
going and
Jarrell's
working
mother.
for you, yeah.
Yeah, I just comb out my hair. But then again, I don't think combing out my hair would make much sense because I was putting a hat over it.
Still, you never know. Well, sometimes you gotta take it off.
That's true. That's true.
That's true, yeah. Collie, what about you?
I don't use anything, but when it comes to deodorant, there's only one brand I trust.
You use like what, laundry soap or something, bro? Collie is exactly the type of man to stand up and date with laundry soap, bro.
No,
Tell me
but I
I
just want to say, I hate like whenever like you ask a guy anything about like soap or whatever, and it's like, yeah, I use anything. Like,
But I was
yeah,
legit
what?
use anything. It is be Protex, it is be Sweet Soup, it could be freaking Irish Spring.
It is really fucking, what you call it? OxyClean?
Anything.
I forget the name of the...
Collie, you mean anything by like any brand of soap, right?
Any brand, yes. Any brand, yes.
Yeah.
That's on me.
Wouldn't
But
just say
in
soap
terms of
because
deodorant,
like
okay.
you saying anything and I just thinking like you being with
Anything,
breeze. Like
Yeah, that's what it's called, breathe. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, the
Yeah.
powder deodorant.
But yeah.
Collie,
in terms
type of
of
man to stand
deodorant,
up on bed with a pack of fucking breeze, bro.
in terms of deodorant, I just use Arm & Hammer. Because like that is the only deodorant that does block body sweat.
Nice one.
As far as I know. That and Old Spice. But Old Spice kinda expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Lachlan.
Oh, I need a recommendation for anti-dandruff shampoo because almost every one that I use, it has always come back. I don't know if I'll
Use Head and
continue using
Shoulders.
it, but
We're wrong with
buy
Head and
this thing called
Shoulders.
Neutrogena Tea Gel.
Neutrogena. Or
Tea
Cupid.
Gel.
Just the MMD name. Just the MMD name.
Head and Shoulders is the absolute best thing for like people with dandruff.
I used to use Head and Shoulders as well, and it worked
It's
pretty well.
horrible.
Oh,
Sorry, it's horrible. It's very bad for your hair and your scalp.
well, I don't use it anymore.
Okay.
For me, I mean, I feel you can never, like, in any aspect of life, you can never go wrong with hand soap.
Oh.
Oh, what?
Like
Please leave the
skincare,
call.
you don't need,
Well, you use
don't need
hand
anything
soap, though.
fancy. There's oil on your face. Soap breaks down the oil. Just use
He
hand
washes
soap,
his
guys.
face with hand soap.
Okay, but like, okay, yeah. In all seriousness, though, like, genuinely speaking, I just use the stuff that my sister tells me to use.
This is the first time that like one of these like months turned out to be a disaster, but it's not a complete disaster. It's just a funny disaster.
I would argue
How
the
is
past
this a
segment was
disaster?
hilarious.
I would
No,
argue that
no.
this is a complete disaster.
That was a complete disaster. Rest in
That
peace,
was
Lachlan Fish.
hilarious.
True.
I see this.
This
but
one
yeah,
went awry, but like at the same time, it's funny that it did.
we're like staying on topic at least.
Yeah, this one is fine.
Yeah.
Always
But yeah.
like kept for Kale to say he's made of like fucking car oil or some shit, but
I would not be surprised.
we go reach that
But,
bridge when we cross it.
Yeah, for me, soap I just use Dove because is there, so I use it. I got this Dove body wash that in Canada that I used like once. Actually, it was either that or the Old Spice one that I used like one time and then never again. For deodorant I use Gillette because that's what people buy for me to use.
They're very
For
selective,
hair,
Lachlan.
yeah.
Gillette is becoming a messy.
Yeah.
But
For
what
hair,
about you?
for my hair is usually either Garnier or something called Design Essentials, I think, which again my sister bought for me one day and was like, "Hey, use this." So then I use their conditioner and their moisturizer for my hair to keep my hair moist. I mainly started, fun story about that. The main reason I started like taking better care of my hair was because my dad is bald and he was like, if you don't take care of your hair is you're gonna lose all of your hair like me one day. And I was like, I don't want to be bald. I like my hair. So then I started taking better care of my hair.
Nice.
And
That's
also
not
because
so
I used to like
stupid,
have random days when my scalp would just start burning, and those were not pleasant.
You
I just
could
love
have
long hair.
male pattern baldness.
It probably do, but anyway, that's not the
Isn't
point.
baldness also genetic?
That's not
That's-
the point, Sharma.
Yeah, that's what that means. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, cream, Jergens, just like, yeah, I don't know, skincare for like my face. Usually, like, I don't know, there's this brand called Simple that my sister uses. So I just
Yeah, good man.
she
We
just
need to get your
gave it
sister on the
me.
podcast instead.
You
Jesus
mean
Christ.
Jergen?
Honestly, probably.
Jergens.
Jergens,
Jergens.
yeah.
It's a
Jergens or
hard G.
Jergen?
It's a hard G.
Jergens.
Jugan.
You say
Jergens.
Jergens? What?
Get fast.
Yes. Wow, Sharma. I fell off there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's about it for me, really.
Nice. Well, for me, you already know.
No.
Y'all already know the body soap, shampoo, face wash, conditioner, everything. Irish Springs, soap. Everything.
Irish Spring doesn't really make soap as well.
Yeah, and I use
Hey.
use the soap for everything.
Including your face?
What about
Yes.
shampoo?
Sharma's raging right now.
Kale, go ahead.
Yeah.
She's furious.
Yeah,
Me? Okay. For body soap, I use Dove Men Plus. For
Yeah,
shampoo
boy.
and conditioner, I use
Ideal.
Garnier Whole Blends as like a honey thing. Face wash, I use Himalaya Oil Clear, which Sharma does not approve of. For deodorant, I use Old Spice. I only use deodorant if you give me antiperspirant, I will throw it away. Because that's
Is it
not
different?
good for the body. Antiperspirant is clog up the pores so that you don't sweat, while deodorant is just allow you to sweat.
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Plus,
I
if
did
you try to
not-
like scrub it off, it's just sticky.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
The difference
antiperspirant is,
between
yeah.
deodorant and antiperspirant.
Just learn something
Yeah,
new
it
every
makes
day.
The more you
It
know.
makes sense. I think Amahama is antiperspirant. No, I think about it.
No,
And
there's
then-
different.
And then I just use what's this? Colgate Max Fresh to brush my teeth. I just use Listerine as mouthwash. I just use Dial hand soap as hand soap.
Good.
I use electric razor pre-shave as pre-shave.
So you go in.
Damn, never would have guessed.
Yeah, we're giving us your whole life story right now, bro.
I just use Jergens. What is this?
Georgia?
Hydrating coconut.
Please don't stop this.
Hydrating coconut. Hold on, one more thing.
You're just in your bathroom right now
One
looking
more.
at all these products.
No, I'm walking into my bathroom in my room.
Oh,
And I drink New England coffee. It's a blueberry cobbler.
that's not... Okay. Well,
You know
Self-care
what?
is self-care, my guy.
Also, all the guys, I'm so proud of Kiel.
Why?
Yeah,
Hey,
just
hey.
very
Yeah,
feel the
yeah.
most out of all of y'all.
My
Yeah.
sister gives me things and I use them. I
Yeah,
trust her
okay,
taste.
I
whatever.
don't have money, so what expect
Yeah.
me to use?
What? Wait. I at least just choose
Money
what I just
for
want to use compared to the.
shampoo and conditioner.
was Kelly? Yeah, go ahead,
You
Kelly.
don't have money for shampoo and conditioner. Is
Oh
that what-
gosh, the man poor gosh.
Hey,
He said
okay.
he
Let the
uses
man be
shampoo
poor
and
in peace.
conditioner. Oh, go ahead.
You got shampoo and conditioner money to give me? Oh gosh.
Hey, just start with that, Lachlan.
I
They
just
come like
say,
the they come like the
Oh, you're
toothbrush
horrible.
kid.
Toothbrush Girl,
Oh, God, not the
jeez.
toothbrush. Go. No, we're not going there.
Not
Not going there.
I
Kelly,
don't know
go
what
ahead.
that is, but
We're not
Go
going
ahead.
there.
I
We're
feel
not
like I
going
should
there.
be
Kelly.
informed.
Kelly's your thing. Go ahead.
Okay. Shampoo and conditioner. I can't remember the brand, but I am trying to finish my shampoo out quick so I can switch to sulfate-free shampoo.
Yeah.
I have Bior face wash. I'm trying to change it out to some other brand, though I can't remember the brand right now. But I need to finish that. Dial body wash in Manuka oil and honey. But I have a coconut water one to use next. Bath and Body Works hand soap. Face cream. I use Vaseline, cocoa butter cream for body, Dove deodorant.
Cocoa butter is the best.
Yadi.
Oh my god. What else? I don't know. I think that's it.
Nice. Very concise.
Huh.
Girls got her name.
There's a conspicuous like an Irish ring, but we go allow it.
I mean, if they want me to use their product,
They know who to call.
Yeah, if they want me to use products, they have to
True.
sponsor. I mean,
Call me up, hit me up. Any day.
Yeah.
I
Sharma.
feel-
Sharma, go
I
ahead.
thought Kelly would have been a little like it would have she still has a good routine, but I thought she would have more because then I wouldn't feel like such a
Sharma, I
dummy.
need to buy. I actually ordered rose water to spray on my head and my
Nice.
face.
What?
What
Awesome.
the rose water?
Rose
This
water.
your hair and
It'll help
face.
with toner and it'll help with my hair growth and like my scalp. I have more of a dry scalp, so it'll help with that.
That was good.
Girl,
let's
just
try
throw
it.
some babash in your head,
Oh, God.
Where again? I can look here.
Make it.
Me,
oh
okay.
god.
Well, Sharma, go ahead.
Here
We're
we
coming
go.
up an half hour, Sharma. Go quick.
Yeah, I use Dove pomegranate body wash, and I have no
I love
because we started
pomegranate.
out talking about like Kelly. I'm onto shampoo, I'm gonna say that I have 3 different shampoos, right? But they're all for a reason. And like, so I have the regular L'Oreal one, and then I have dry scalp, so I don't know how to use the other one. But then I had this other one that I use every day if I was feeling to wash my hair all the time. And Cetaphil face wash. Some reason we talk about hand soap, Dial antibacterial hand soap. Colgate toothpaste. And so like for my face, like I have 2 different toners, and then I have a serum, and then I have a next serum and then moisturizer. Dove deodorant, and is that it? I think so.
Nice.
If I went into more detail, it would have never finished. It didn't make any sense.
Okay. But yeah, fellas, you're about halfway through, so go ahead. Honorary water break, take a sip of water. Try to
Please
refrain
don't do
from
that.
making me spit it back up again, Lachlan.
I mean, it's not my fault you have no gag reflex.
Fucking hell. What Jesse? What Jesse?
Speaking of that, what are your
What do you mean
gag
speaking of
reflexes?
that? Wait, but no.
No,
I've
like,
never
every single
tested
time.
tail.
So what? You
Ew.
don't scrub all the way to the back of your tongue?
Yeah, you need to come with that before and add it to the list of things to talk about. You can bring a topic like that in the middle of the podcast.
No,
Yeah.
but
Kelly,
like,
you got a lot to share on that
No,
podcast.
no, but like
Kelly, do you have a lot to share on that topic?
every
No.
single time.
Kelly, do you want to talk about your gag reflex?
No,
Well,
but
we're not doing this. We're not doing
Dog,
this.
every single time I try to deep throat my toothbrush, it does not
You
end
try to
well.
what?
Why is that your choice of words?
We
Why
moved
did
on.
we reach this point? I was going for like 2 minutes.
Do y'all not give?
What a word you want to
Yeah.
use, because that is
Yeah.
actually kind of accurate. That's
Do
what he's had
y'all
to do.
not give your toothbrush like sloppy toppy just to get the
We're moving
fresh,
on.
clean
We're
What
moving
feel?
is
on. We're moving on.
what the heck is
I be doing work in that bathroom.
Speaking of doing work. Flawless segue.
Doing work. Good stuff.
Flawless fucking segue, dude. Collie,
Breathe.
Collie, please.
I'm really going through it.
Colin?
Okay. I'm okay. There we go.
Yeah. We good?
Oh no.
Let me reverse the order because Sharma, you bring this up. So study habits.
Okay.
You wanted to talk about study
Okay.
habits. Go ahead, Sharma.
Yes, I want to talk about study habits because I realize that what I do to study doesn't work for me, and it's actually just a waste of time. And I need to figure out like other methods because I will crash and burn in this
What do you
system.
Yeah, talk about
What
what you're
I
doing
do-
already right now.
What I do is, well, it used to work before, right? And it used to actually like with high school and stuff. It used to work before because I guess I had a little bit more time. So I just have to like write all the notes ever and then study from that, right? Like even if it have like slides with all the notes, I kind of just look at these slides and study from it. I need to rewrite everything and then study that. But it used to before, like I swear. But doing it now, I don't have the time and it doesn't work because I don't get time to go back over the notes. I just write it over once and then yeah. So yeah, I'm doomed.
Alexis.
Kelly?
So I only recently got to study for the exam because
Huh?
I have so much time to do assignments and I have too much assignments and stuff to do that I barely get time to study. But with our reading week, I
That's
study
true.
for midterms. And what I normally do is I go through the notes I took in class, slides, and whatever. And then we're also given like a lot of every single course I have, we given exercises to do, questions and whatever. So I go and I try and do the questions and just frequently refer back to the notes until I can figure out, yeah, what we're doing.
Hmm.
That's about it.
Okay. Yep. You have not been in school in a while, but
No, but like when I used to study, because I live in the main road, it's very noisy. So I would have to get myself into a groove by just reading the first paragraph of whatever book I am over and over until I can't hear the road again. And then I'll just start reading through the book. Like, I have to be completely immersed, or else I just would not retain anything at all. I'll just get too distracted. So it's just repetition, just keep reading over and over and over again.
okay.
That's it.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh. I was expecting half to go a little longer. Okay.
Oh, you want to talk? I'll go talking.
No, it's fine. I'll take over. Okay. So, normally you'd have class at a set time during the week. Not like that anymore for me, but, you know. If I know I have a class on Tuesday, that means I know how to prepare from Wednesday. And that means I had to take Friday to catch up on the work that I do on Tuesday. So on Wednesday, what I'm doing is I'm taking the chapter, because there's assigned readings every week, I'll do the readings on Wednesday. I'm not taking notes yet, right? I'm just reading. Read the chapter, get an idea of what's going on. Tuesday, go to class. I just sit in class and I'm still not taking notes. I just listening, because I'm trying to figure out if I understand what's going on, right? I just need to know, like, do I understand the concept? Can I follow? Is it intuitive to me? That's all. Just listening to the teacher explain it, making sure I follow in what they're saying. Friday comes, that's when I start making notes. Then I'll like go back and like write down the stuff that I think is important that I need to know. Because it doesn't make sense, like, well, to me at least, to like just immediately start taking notes from the get-go, because you don't understand the content yet, you didn't internalize it. You don't know like what is important in each part of, you know, the work. You don't know the important bits, you don't know what you're supposed to be internalizing, what you're supposed to be memorizing. So that's why I wait, you know, fully after. It's like, yeah, I need to know this. I need to internalize this. I need to be able to refer to this when I'm studying. So that's my process. That's how it used to be. But now we in, you know, pandemic life, and I'm not doing any of that. So who cares anymore? Like textbooks are like, you know, fingertips away. I don't fucking care anymore.
That got existential real fast.
Yeah, like it literally doesn't fucking matter anymore. But that's how usually I'm that good of a student, right? Usually.
Good job.
Damn, give this man a scholarship or something.
They should.
Don't give him any more. Don't give him any more.
Lachlan, go ahead.
Well, like my method of studying has changed a bit over the years. So like now that I'm like a math student, like fully, I'm like I do less work that requires me to like really memorize anything.
Right.
So for the most part, a lot of like as I've gotten older, like a lot of my work has become more succinct to just like doing and practicing. So like doing practice papers and that kind of stuff. What works for me kind of in doing like I work best based on examples and like having things worked through. And then what helps me with that is that for math, especially in my first semester, we would have a lot of like assignments that were just based on like learning to use certain like concepts, especially since now it's more like you learn the concepts and then you learn how to apply them to different problems versus before when it's like you learn how to solve certain problems. So now it's like I will pay attention to the examples they give. I'll pay attention to like the problems that they give to us and that I've like worked through already, and just try and like understand how it all fits together, like one giant puzzle in a way. Like just understand what each aspect is doing, understand like how we get from like one thing to the next thing, and how understand how it all flows together, and like how that all makes sense with the rules of like everything that I've learned, because everything of course has to be linked to like something that I already know or understand. One thing that's always helped me to do that at the very least is like repeating things back to myself and explaining things back to myself. So whenever I want to like better try to understand a given concept, then usually the best thing for me to do is to like, if I read it or if I see something happens, I'll stop and I'll say, okay, this is what's happening. And I'll like explain that fully in my head. Because once I've explained it fully, it means that I am like basically exploring it's like I like talking to myself because like I don't know if that's weird or not, but like at least for me, talking to myself is just a really easy way to like sort out problems and figure things out. Like
Wait. That reminds me of like I was talking to Lachlan at the time and he was like, Sharma, don't you speak to yourself?
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing.
And I was like, no.
I'm not
because
crazy. What the hell are you
that
talking
is-
about?
well,
Wait, is that not a normal thing?
We'll save that
It's
topic for
a
another
normal
day. I think that's gonna
True.
spiral.
Okay,
for
true.
different people.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, fine. But like for me, I've grown very accustomed to talking to myself, which I guess is partially a side effect of having no friends growing up. But at least in terms of school,
Yeah.
like it's really good to like. It's like I kind of have like a back and forth with myself sometimes, where I'll like it'll be like a discussion essentially with myself, where I'm like, okay, this is happening, but what about this? And then it allows me to like look at things from like, in a way, multiple viewpoints at once, which is like really helpful for like problem solving and like that kind of thing, which is the bulk of what I do now. Before, like even beforehand, it was kind of like the same thing, which is why I've never really like enjoyed subjects like history and things which were just like raw facts, because there's no like clear way to memorize all of that. Usually there I kind of just like read things over and over again until I like commit them to my short-term memory. Then I just go and I dump them all on the paper, like dump all the facts out on a paper, and then I like leave, which is how I got to the Caribbean studies. But usually, yeah, it's just understanding how, like I like understanding like systems, I guess, in a way. So it's just understanding how each aspect of what I'm like trying to work through fits together. So like if it's like a math question, understanding like each step of the problem, understanding how you use like proofs especially, that's really important. Understanding how like each step of the process leads you from one point to proving another thing. Otherwise, yeah, that's basically it. And like just doing practice again, working through things the best way I can, just trying to understand the rules. And the best way for me to understand the rules is just to use them to the point where like I have a better understanding of them, because I've used them so much I can just like pull them out like at the same, like pull them out at any given point in time. I think I'm a very kinetic learner in that way. But yeah, I guess there's something else I was gonna say, but I don't remember. So that was about it. I just like to like understand how everything fits together.
Nice. Before I pass it off to Drew, I just want to acknowledge that Rajiv has arrived.
Rajiv!
Rajiv has
Oh,
arrived,
no.
and he put 10.
Yeah,
and it's
that
at
he
the
named
beginning,
like fucked up.
and it tripped
Three,
me
no,
off.
it's-
Oh god, that is so triggering.
Yeah,
No, it's because of
Yeah.
how it's because of how they sort
Yeah.
method they use
Yeah.
for characters.
So
What
10 is
sort
at
of
the
Yeah,
top.
but
method do they use?
It's whack.
That's so
They see
funny.
because it starts with
Just
one.
put
One
two.
comes first. So yeah.
Two.
Yeah, just change it to
No.
two.
No, I actually
Nah.
like this. I like this.
Yeah.
It's triggering you all, man. That's one.
There's
We
a-
gotta
there's a
make people
power
as
move.
uncomfortable as possible.
There's a
Nice.
power
The
move.
only way this is getting changed is if you can somehow convince Nikolai to do it.
2 second Rajiv.
Yeah, me to sleep right
Do
now.
it.
I was asleep. That's why I'm late. I literally slept from like 11 o'clock to
Dude,
7.
you don't understand the half of it. I haven't slept since 11 p.m. yesterday. That's when I
God,
woke up.
Why?
sleep.
Doug, you, Nikolai, and
slept.
Rajiv all have such cute sleeping schedules.
Yeah, that's another topic for another day, actually. Drew, go ahead.
Study habits.
Yeah, you've been
Oh,
off to
God.
school for a while as well, but you know, do your best.
If
Oh, no,
anything,
no,
I could just. If
Joel.
anything, I could just get all them my whole method for studying back then in press.
No.
Yeah, do
Joel,
all
Well,
of
that's exactly what we're asking.
No,
Alright.
Joel, do it to how you just study Final Fantasy things.
Nah,
you know,
nah.
how you
Oh,
just memorize
gosh.
things.
No,
Study mantle?
Honestly, yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
That's not,
That's
Study
good.
mantle?
that's not like it's
No,
No, but
pointed,
wait,
though.
wouldn't it be easier for him to remember Final Fantasy things
Yeah, because
because
that's like
he
an
enjoys
active
it?
interest. Yeah, that's a different thing.
Let
Yeah.
him
altogether.
speak.
Well, yeah, but he's just let the man speak.
Nope, that's not how it's work. Whatever.
That's
Yes,
really
understand.
not it.
It's still learning.
Listen, the thing is that Final Fantasy is something that I have passion and enjoyment in. So of course I go and learn it better than my schoolwork, because my schoolwork I had no passion in, except for literature. Literature is the only thing I actually had passion towards too.
You actually make good stories. I read them all
Thank you,
actually.
Collie. Well, for the record, you was the only one who ever did. The rest of them didn't really care.
Oh gosh, I would have cared.
Yeah, anyways.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I mean, I appreciate it, Lachlan, but I don't have my scrapbook with me anymore, so
Oh, okay, it's fine.
I'll lose it somewhere. I don't know where I lost it.
But yeah,
Void of existence.
continue, Gerald, please.
For study methods, I'd never study at home, which is the funny thing. I never studied at home. Because, like, if I studied at home, it would just feel like the biggest anxiety trip I'd ever feel in my entire life, because, like, I would be sitting down here looking at my book, reading it through, and then either my father would just pull up and he'd be like, "Are you actually studying, or are you just looking at your book?" And I would just
I hate that excuse so much, bro. I fed up, man.
it would break
Go
my
ahead.
concentration and kill my entire mood to study. Where I was just like, you know what? I'll just entertain it for a little bit. And you know what I'll do? I'll put my scrapbook in the middle of whatever book I'm reading, and I'll write.
So, yeah.
Nice one.
Oh,
You used to cram or Jarool?
I never okay. Yes, I used to cram. But I would only cram in like these subjects that I was not good with.
Makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The whole thing about how end up last in the class, and that would really piss off my father and whatever and all that. But in reality, I didn't care about that whole ranking thing. If all you wanted to be competitive about all the whole being top in the class and whatever, Rajiv, it was always fun to watch you and Javon just like
that man was dueling.
Yeah, that was the best battle. Top 10.
No, but yeah, it was like such a pointless system that they had from the beginning of Res. So I was like, why? Like, just why?
Yeah, we have that too.
Granted, I did fail a majority of a subject, but at the same time, it's just like from Form 1 to 3, that was the subjects I literally couldn't care less about.
Literally.
I get so much Sharma for that.
Until we switch over to Form, I think it was when they make you choose the subjects in Form 4 and 5, right?
Yeah, Form 4 and 5.
Yeah,
we choose at the end of Form 3.
In Form 4 and 5, I started to get better with my grades. Yeah, I would still fail it every so often because
no, but that was also like the first time that you got to like pick like the dedicated business subjects as well.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have those in Forms 1 to 3, so like the system just doesn't cater to like different skill sets. It was so shitty.
Welcome to modern education.
Yeah.
Y'all had like
Y'all be the same.
different programs.
So the thing is
no, we did not.
The reason why I say I didn't study at home is because I would also study in lessons because my parents had me doing like real extra lessons after school and thing. At the point where like I would have lessons on Saturday and I would go on for like the whole day.
Gosh.
And I wouldn't go back home by my mom until like 5 o'clock in the evening. She'd come pick me up.
It's quite depressing.
I can even talk. I had lessons on that Saturday too. It was so much shit.
I did, but they were on in the morning, so
yeah. But the thing is that the lessons was okay. Honestly, I prefer being in the lessons because the teachers, because like I would do decent in my lessons to the point where the teachers wouldn't really bat eye and they would leave me alone. So I was just there sitting on the back of the class, just continuing to write more and more stories.
Yeah,
because that would put me at ease, and honestly, it'd help with the I have this strange thing where like wherever I learn from my schoolwork and whatever, I would implement it into my story, and when I read back my story, I'd be like, hey, I remember this.
Yeah, man. Like you're using it as like a creative outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Granted, aside from my edgy writing and whatever, teenage angst, you already know. I was a very depressive boy from age 11 up to, as I would say, 18.
So probably no.
I mean, most people. Wait. Most people doesn't.
But yeah, but that's basically my whole study methods and all that.
Yeah, man.
Rajiv?
Collie.
Yeah, hello.
Collie, you are next.
I thought it was Rajiv.
Nah, you just fucking skip over yourself. Nah, I don't see you can touch. Go ahead.
Alright, okay, study habits. Mine wasn't really too special. Like, I would normally read through the notes, read it over repetitively until it kind of sticks to my head. And then occasionally I would close the book, basically give myself questions. Sometimes I would even write it down and then answer the questions based on the top of my head and then go back to the book to see if I get correct. Like comprehension. A little bit like comprehension. I stopped doing that for a while and I just used to read through the book with some music in my ears. But then the songs at the time was kind of fire, so I was more focused on the songs. And the actual working, so I had to stop listening to music altogether as well. But yeah, but the one thing that stuck was just to read it over until it stuck.
Repetition, yeah.
Yeah, repetition. That's what I did for SEA.
Nice.
Worked out pretty good, especially with IT. Still couldn't do database for some reason, but
Wait, you mean C-Sec or SEA?
we made it.
Yeah, he said SEA, and I was
Yes,
like,
yes,
IT, what?
I mean, CXE.
C-Sec, C-Sec. CX is the
C-Sec.
organization, but yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, CSEC. Thank you. Yeah, that's how I studied for CSEC.
Yeah.
God. I wish I studied that first year, God. Cause
When I see it, didn't really have anything to study, you know. It was like, write a story. Well, we had a letter. Oh, yeah.
My letter was the
Wait,
phone.
but your
Bro.
primary
Nobody's cell
school
phone.
didn't give y'all like 1,000,000 practice booklets.
They did,
Yep.
Yeah.
and I just never did them.
We had
did
no choice
some.
but to do them. It was
Oh.
horrible.
Yeah, no choice.
I was like, hell for
Joy
you.
had
Like,
that
my
bad
mom
letter
used to give
already.
me them too, because she's a primary school teacher, and I was just like, no, I'm not doing this. What do you fucking look like? Well, I didn't say
They used to
that.
make us buy
Imagine
like
having a choice in
huge
the matter.
stacks. They used to make us buy huge stacks of like different booklets written by different people, and like we just had to like go through like one or two a day in school. Like the entire standard 5 is that in my head.
Like, for me, it was
And
like,
like for some
I
of
would just
them,
do it
they
if I
even used
feel.
to give us it for like end of term tests.
You.
It was disgusting. I
Yeah.
thought every primary school was like that actually.
Oh,
I
no.
mean, mine was.
How about
I didn't
you?
even go to school in your country.
I was a very,
Mhm.
rebellious child.
Yeah, so was I, but the difference is I couldn't get away with it.
You lack the, like, natural
Yep.
charm and charisma that I have, Lachlan, that's all.
I
Oh
have
my
charm and
God.
charisma. My parents just didn't give a shit.
Oh,
Imagine having a choice in what you can do with your time.
And yeah, let me just go to the man who have the most
Yes.
prize day prizes
Please.
out to everybody here combined.
Yeah.
man.
Rajiv, go
Let
ahead.
me hear secrets.
Take
Need
it
your
away,
help.
Rajiv. Let the people know.
Now,
What is
I'm going to
studying?
tell you the same thing I told my sister, which is, don't do what I do, because I have extremely bad, like, I cannot stress how bad study habits I have. Because you see, right? I'd always kind of like cram it close to the exam, and it kept
You
working.
just
So I never actually had to like develop how to study properly.
And that's what is getting me
That's
vexed,
insane.
right?
You can't be doing that good and be cramming, bro.
Because like no, it's how like some people with like this really, really good memory, and if they cram it, they could do the exam really well, and then like they even remember some stuff after, and that is just that is
Okay,
grind
well,
my
that's
bone.
also,
Yeah.
I guess
The
that's also only half of
moans.
it, because like
What?
it's also that and paying attention in class and remembering like what we did from class and all that.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Teachers will give you some key details in class sometimes. Yeah, they just like hint at what coming on the exam. If you catch it, you get through.
I should pay
It's for like
attention.
the hardest question on the test.
Yeah, so
No.
Man said he
don't do
just
that.
cram, yes. My head hurt
It's
now,
not.
that
I
one.
mean, I'm doing computer science now, so it's not so much cramming anymore as in actually like doing the work when they give it to you.
Yeah, it's just problem solving and logic
Yeah, which is fun.
Practicality.
Like
Yeah.
I don't have to cram that much anymore. I can just work.
Yeah.
That was
Honestly,
the old
looking at it, I
You
think
know,
I feel like Rajiv and I are kind of the same in that regard, because that's basically how I got through sixth form. Just show up to the classes, internalize what they're saying, and then when you study it, it'll all make sense.
I definitely like crowns for the majority of press, and then after I was like, yeah, let me start developing good habits still.
Oh, you started developing? I've been cramming my entire life.
Nah, I was just
Yeah,
like,
I'll
I'm
get
fed
to
up of
that.
cramming.
I'll get to that one day.
We'll get to that real soon.
you know, when proposing the idea of this segment, I was like, yeah,
You
okay,
wanted
maybe
helpful
I'll like
advice?
learn something, and maybe I could apply it to my own self.
Okay.
But like, a little whack, right?
I think
Just
like
be
my
nice.
advice was
Like-
better, right? Like, what was wrong with my advice, Sharma?
What was your
Because-
advice?
Yeah, what was your advice?
We'll go back and listen to this after the episode.
Oh
is
no,
done.
no,
Oh
yeah,
my
no, I
God.
remember now. No, why I can't do that is because, like, for lots of my courses, I probably could have do all that before, right? But you see now, like, especially
Now in the middle of the
like going
semester,
through
it doesn't
stuff
really work.
before,
Yeah.
or even like if I had started with it, right? The problem is, like, especially being at home. I understand, like, the pandemic, this shit of things, and I shouldn't be hard on myself because, like, if I was like a normal environment, I probably would be better.
Yeah.
But as I'm home, if I have to look at a lecture like from home and like attend the class on time, I don't do it. But if I attended my classes on time, which I tried to do before, I cannot focus listening to them lecture as if like I could have focused in an actual class in person.
Right.
So like paying attention and seeing like what I need to know and like for like what he does and not taking notes like that, it doesn't work because I just zone out. And then to like rewatch it after, it'll work. But what I do is remember I had to take notes, right? Because that's how I think I study best. And so I watch it, I had to pause it, write down like the notes, play it and pause it, and that's take up way too much time. And the thing with practice is that like the tutorials that they give for like all my courses are like 1 + 1 = 2. But for the exam, you know, and I know a lot of like people, like a lot of lecturers can do this. And for the exam, they're gonna be like, if the mass of the sun is 500 grains of rice, what is the weight of this sugar?
I
Like,
don't think the mass to the sun is 500 grains of rice, but I get what you're
I'm just
saying.
saying. I'm just
It
saying,
used to be
right?
nonsense then. There is
I
no
don't know,
specification.
maybe
I'm just saying.
The
maybe it's
problem
like
solving
beach
was
rice.
basically nonsense.
Like maybe just big rice. But anyways,
So
right?
that definitely remind me of like how, you know, ANMAT
That's what
proofs
they
used to
do.
be. Because
That's
like you learn the
basically how it
ANMAT
goes.
proofs and like this beats like simple, but really you're supposed to be practicing the application now, so people
Yeah.
just don't.
Yeah.
So when like the actual like test comes and you see a completely new proof in front of you, it just looks so bizarre and strange to you because you know you didn't know a memorized solution for it.
That was
Yeah.
basically my ad math exam.
Mhm.
What is
And
that?
like like how Kelly was saying, like you don't really have time to study, is because they keep pushing like assignment after assignment after assignment, and then after those assignments, you have exams, and then you have more assignments, and then you have exams, and like when you guys in any time in the middle to like study at all, because you're just doing work to pass your exams instead of actually learn anything, and that has pissed me off because like like what's the point of anything if like that's what you're gonna do? You're just gonna study to pass the exam and then forget everything, forget other work to do. You know?
Memory retention skills.
Yeah.
No.
Like I will
Or
say, like memory and intuition can take you very far.
I have
Yup.
Hello, I
none.
am back. What are we talking about?
Still on the same topic.
Kelly,
Kelly,
I was
About to
telling
move
them
on
like
now.
how Kelly, I was telling them how you kind of just studying to pass your exams, and like afterwards you're not gonna remember anything because you had other stuff to do, and you're just gonna have to study to pass the next exam.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And they told me memory retention is go a long way.
I mean, sure, but I don't have the time to do that.
To commit anything to memory. That's what I'm trying to say.
to be fair, I would say that like even if you're not actively like using the things as intensely as you would be when you study them for the exams, I still think it like plays a part because like Caribbean studies, I remember I never paid attention in I pay attention in Caribbean studies kind of. The like literally for the Caribbean studies exam, I only studied the day before and I only studied like half the syllabus. But then every once in a while, like I'll be having a conversation about something or I'll be thinking about something, and then I'll just relate it to something I learned in Caribbean studies, and I'm just like, oh, okay, well, like
It's
I wasn't
almost like they were studying the Caribbean.
well, like it's more like certain concepts, like certain like economic and sociological concepts that I may not have like been able to understand. It's like now that I'm thinking of them in a real world setting and I can apply them more easily, the knowledge kind of just comes back. And then when you start like seeing how it all works together, the memory starts like flowing more easily, which is why I say personally, at least, like I like understanding how everything fits together. Because when you can like see the connections between everything, like it makes it a lot more easy to understand. And then when you're in the real world, like it kind of just brings back up all that knowledge you used to have, and like it allows you to like recontextualize it.
Yeah.
So like yeah, like I do understand. Like I do agree that like the modern day education system is kind of bullshit, and like how they push like repetition of information is like very much annoying. But like I still think there is still value in like learning in that way. It's just that again, of course, now they are very much like trying too hard with it, and like they're not giving in terms of like not giving free time or anything. Nowadays, it's just like just learning and just pretend. It's just your ability to like recontextualize information, and then spit it back out and then go along with it.
Hold on. Collie, you're going on with your mic.
Oh, sorry, I in the kitchen.
What?
I should mute.
What is it about
I'll
kitchen
mute. I'm
today?
sorry.
In the kitchen. Whipping.
Urban studies also kind of crazy though, because that's like 13 different disciplines rolled into one subject.
No, yeah. Literally there was one question of the exam I was only able to study because it was basically just an econ question that I had answered so many times throughout the semester.
Yeah,
throughout
like it's
the term.
econ,
I quite
history.
enjoyed Caribbean studies.
Yeah, a
Me
lot of
too.
it was pretty interesting.
No,
It's a
Caribbean
very
studies was
varied
interesting.
subject.
It's very full.
It's incredibly difficult.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
for me personally, just the fact that it was interesting was what like helped me be good at it, because it like lessons helped a lot. Okay, because Claire and I were in the same
absolutely.
class, and oh boy, I didn't retain anything from that class.
I used to be falling asleep in this woman class right in front of her
Yeah.
face, and
Yeah.
But
Sharma,
you
you
had the
remember
nerve to
One
talk about me.
One time I had my hoodie up in class, and she curled at me like, "No, put your hoodie up." Like, hello, why not? I was feeling cold.
No.
Yeah, I remember,
Anyways,
Sharma, you remember that time she looked at me strange because she find me biting Nikila's shoulder.
What you
yeah.
was biting Akila for?
No, listen,
For
Bitey person,
Akila.
okay? I'm a bitey person.
Oh,
listen. I understand what Kelly's example was just odd, and I understand why y'all would be confused.
Yeah, what the fuck?
But in
I'm very
general, like, everything was kind of weird to that teacher, because like
She
like, they
bit a
can
person.
no, listen.
Maybe you guys are just weird
Listen.
students.
Yeah,
I
what the
can
fuck?
understand
Y'all,
what it was interesting, like the information itself, but honestly, I found Caribbean studies was just too much though. It was interesting, but
It's
No,
very
no,
high volume.
yeah.
You're absolutely right.
It's
It's
true.
so much work.
it's a
The
lot.
syllabus is huge.
Too huge.
But I feel like it would also like
Colin, mute yourself if you're not talking.
Sorry, but
Please.
moving up on my.
It's like girls
Just-
scratching
it's
up or
making
something.
a weird noise.
Yeah.
But I also
Thank
feel like remembering information about stuff would also be like a lot easier if you're interested in like
Yeah.
what you're doing.
No, that's like a
obviously.
proven
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
That's absolutely
Right.
true.
But like there was only one semester at UE that I was interested in the courses I was doing, and I did really well that semester. But I'm no longer doing it because courses change and the topics change.
Yeah.
So right now, whatever I'm doing, it's such a bore, and I feel like I should switch to like criminology or something, because wow,
The
like
criminology.
politics and like crime and everything happening is just like in my head all the time, and I'm like, oh shit, I want to do this instead, but like it doesn't make any sense, because I'm already like chemin.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I feel the same way because like there's a bunch of times where I've considered like maybe I should switch to like psychology or something else, but like I've come this far and I feel like at this point
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many things I'm really that good at, so I kind of just have to like stick with what I'm doing. It's also
thing
another
is-
big
Basically,
yeah,
no
another
matter
big
what
part
you
of it.
do.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sorry.
No
I
matter
know why
what you
you
do, it's
paused in
just
for like 5 seconds of the time in between your words. Just speak.
Sorry. Okay, so no matter what you do in life, make sure it's something that you enjoy doing more than more than you just being good at it. Because if you could be good at something, but you might not even enjoy it, and it
No,
will
but
just make your day sour most of the time.
the
But
Colin,
problem
if I'm not good at
with
something, I'm
that
not going to enjoy it.
the problem with that, right? Doing stuff that you would enjoy because you'll be better than whoever. It's just because like the education system pushes us into these boxes
Mhm.
Right.
of things that you have to do, and then like you don't get to explore other things that you would enjoy doing, because from a very early age you're placed into this box with a category of things that you could do.
Shit. Mhm.
So it's like, how would you find something that you're interested in?
Right.
Coming out of that box.
It'll be pretty. Yeah, it will be pretty difficult. That's the one. That's probably the difficult part in finding something I enjoy. Is basically finding the players that are willing to do it, and for you, and well, to be able to really stick. To be able to stick to them, like the
You know-
people to go there frequently and whatnot.
No,
You know
like
what the worst part is?
what's up?
The worst part is that at any point you could just stop loving your interests. Like you could
That's
devote
true.
your whole life to something
Exactly.
interesting that you love, and then one day you could just wake up and not love it again.
Mhm.
That's why I have issues with like
That's kind of like
monetizing
how
certain hobbies.
I'm going now.
Yeah,
No, but like,
it's like I.
yeah, you got it.
No, sorry. I was like, that's part of the issue with in terms of like monetizing certain things, because like I've liked writing a lot ever since I was a kid, but I always get really iffy about like doing that as a profession because I know that like I already have a love-hate relationship. I'm busy, Carrie.
I didn't hear the last thing you said because you cut
Sorry.
off for that one.
Yeah, it's just like I've always had a bit of a love-hate relationship with it, and then I know that like if it was something that I would just start doing for like a living without properly like taking the time to like build a real passion for it, I would just like crash and burn within, absolutely hate it.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's kind of just how it is with like most of the education system in general. When you're forced to learn something like week by week, and like you're constantly being told like, you know, your future resides on your ability to like not only learn this but answer questions based on it, like, you know, questions that we're going to write that you need to be able to answer in a specific way, and also fulfill all of this work, which isn't really going to teach you the thing so much as it is just going to make sure that you do work based on it and kind of get grades based on it. Like when you get thrown into that system, it is very easy to lose a passion for it. The education system is not built on like it's just a subsection of capitalism where it's not based on actually being able to enjoy your life. It's just based on being able to be productive and add to society, and I hate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, what I was going to say is that, like, in the education episode, you ranted a lot about how they pigeonhole you, like how Sharma was saying. And
Yeah.
a part of that is, like, they just don't tell you what options are out there. Like,
Yeah.
all of the programs that are at UE, they don't really explain them to you on, like, all the different options. They give you, like, the one pamphlet if you're lucky enough to go on the field trip. But I feel like that's something UE could do is, like, instead of, like, you know, depending on schools to organize their field trips to UE, is if you need to just go to the fucking schools themselves, start showing them like
Yeah, kind of like advertise their
advertise like the different programs from early,
better,
from early,
and like kind of show what you could do with their programs as well. Like they could bring graduates who are doing stuff like in like different categories who've done the same degree, because you end up all over with something, but you just don't know what's your options.
Yeah, because like when you're picking subjects in Form 3, like you picking something, you might pick it because you like it, but you don't know if you like it enough to do it for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Because those requirements are set in stone, or you have to like take out the money anytime to do N1 in between, right?
So you basically want them to do career day except with your son.
No, because career day is just like random people come to fucking talk to us, right?
Yeah.
Like I want people
Well, yeah.
from UE or UTT or Costa, SPCS, anywhere specifically,
Mm-hmm.
to like fucking go into schools and tell them about the different programs that you have.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically career day, but
Because
with,
like, yeah, too many
with
people are just
universities.
defaulting to the same shit. And it's like really tiring.
Another kind of aspect of that is that like when you don't show people the options that they have, a lot of people kind of just feel like because they might like one thing, they're pigeonholed into like doing this one thing. Like how many like science people do you see that are getting pushed into doing medicine? Or at least with my example, like when I started doing math, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and everyone was just like, "Hey, do outside because you're probably like outside." And then it wasn't until I actually like, got to university or like started preparing for university and like started talking to people who had already graduated from university that I realized that like everyone who is good at math just gets told to do outside, and a lot of people end up having to deviate and go down other paths because in the end of the day, like I think especially in the Caribbean, because we don't have a lot of knowledge on like different industries, even outside was like something that was kind of like foreign to my family and my parents until we started looking into it because people kept on telling us about it. But like, yeah, it's just I feel like we don't really like talk too much about like all the different industries out there. It's like whenever I would tell people I'm doing math, it's like, oh, you're either like they just assume I'm going to be a teacher and that's about it. And like they don't teach you like, oh, there's all this cool stuff that you can do if you're like willing to go the distance with this thing, or if you're willing to look into all these different areas. Because we basically stop at, oh, you're good at this, then you can teach it long term, or you can just like do this one set career path that like everyone else does, and that's basically going to be it.
there is of course the issue that Caribbean markets themselves are rather small. So a lot of the
Yeah.
degree courses there, or like the career paths that you'd find where you just are not viable there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We
This
good to
has
move
turned into
on?
another existential roundabout education.
Yeah. We already have like an
Yeah.
hour and a half long episode about that.
What we really study AdMaths for again? Was it like
That's
type
for
of
like
rocket science or for
For
certain types of
physics.
code?
it's for math
Oh.
and science. Like it helps with both.
It's a prerequisite for pure, I think.
Yeah. Correct, for pure and for K physics actually.
Well, I did not study AdMaths. I went for literature, and holy shit, the literature class was small.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
like I wanted
Well,
to
you
do
see-
literature, but I can do lit and maths at the same time, so that's
Well,
why I ended
you
up doing
tried to
geography.
do.
Meet somehow managed to do
Trying
it.
to do this.
You did? Fuck.
Yeah,
Mm.
he was doing literature every lunchtime with
Oh right. That's he
Yeah,
had to do
he
it
was.
extra. That's why. And I didn't want to do it extra like
Yeah.
that. So
I mean, the literature class was small, and that's for another reason. It's just that a lot of subjects are
the
gendered to
groupings
some
are so
particular-
horrible.
Mhm.
Why?
Yeah, that
You
too.
see,
My group.
I would do literature or business or whatever it was. I don't kind of how to
Okay,
split it.
question. Why the hell they had to group literature?
We can't really
Ah,
answer that. Like we just don't fucking know why they did like that. It's so
Yeah, but
arbitrary.
still-
It just doesn't
but
make
Yeah,
sense.
because I didn't have to do AdMaths. I was just gonna do physics for the sake of doing physics, but because they tell me that I need
You have to do
AdMaths
maths if you're
physics,
doing physics, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a
I
pain.
was doing
That's
physics.
like
I
time,
failed the
yeah.
course, and it didn't make sense to me, and there was nothing to do afterwards.
No, like you just
I
had to be
failed.
doing both at the same time now. Like that was the rule.
Honestly, like let me tell you, I like remember that time when I went to the States after wisdom with Form 5. I had an option. Either I come home early, away from my vacation up in the States with my mom, and I come and do Form 6. Or I could stay with my mom up in the States for a little bit longer, and then I'll have to come back and see what is my options. And my options was to go to the same school thing that Collie was going to.
GTS college.
Yeah, it was
GTS.
CTS college.
Yeah.
CTS, yeah. I missed the marks
might go back.
by like one subject, so I had to like redo it and all that. And I'll tell you, that was the next depressive state of my life because my father was real freaking strict with my schoolwork. But if he didn't notice that, how like if he didn't take away my games and whatever, I would have been better off studying. But the moment he take away my games and all that kind of thing, like my whole depressive state just hit, and I was just like, yeah, well, hard luck.
Black parents not understanding mental health.
Turns out people need, outlets. That's just a
All
thing.
parents do
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, some white
Love
parents are
parenting.
probably good at that.
All parents.
Most parents.
Most
Most
parents.
parents.
Taking away the,
They just
taking away
like
the
don't
happiness is
understand that
not gonna
kids
make
just
them
need to
wanna
have
study.
fun, dude. Like
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy or something.
I hope we
Exactly.
generational
Mhm.
parents. Well, all parents in our generation will learn from our past mistakes
yeah.
and know what a child needs in order to do well
Some
and to also have fun.
yeah.
Well said, Colin.
Well said, Collie. Well said.
Yeah, we get to move on because we still have some shit to get to.
We have been on this for quite some time.
Yeah, let me move on.
We could postpone it.
Also,
I'll
I just saw the last
postpone-
topic and I'm very excited to do it.
Yeah, I'll postpone the credit card story. I want to try and get Samson on the podcast. So that's my
Oh,
promise.
yes.
That's my promise. So next week I'll try
That'd
and
be
get
much
Samson
better.
on.
Alright, so what's the next topic? Goes
So yeah, we'll just go on to the last thing, which is childhood video games, and we'll do that like really quick. We'll just go down the line. Everybody like name,
Just the first video game.
Alright, well let me
ever.
go first because I kind of have a
No,
small
we'll just
list.
go down the line. Rajiv, you go please.
Alright then.
I didn't actually get anything to play games on until I was like 14,
Nice.
and then that was just like Pokemon
Oh yeah.
Alpha Sapphire, I think. That was
Oh,
Alpha
Okay,
Sapphire.
cool. Alright.
But
Damn.
I've never been much of a gamer because I never really got into it early on, and
That's fine.
I'm bad at it, so I just never really.
You know what,
I'm
started.
bad
Rajiv?
at
I'm
video
bad
games,
at it
bro.
too, ask
I
Jonathan.
still play, bro.
Collie, go
I mean,
ahead.
I was garbage at video games.
Collie, go ahead.
Alright, the three childhood video games. Donkey Kong Country, because my whole family grew up with that game. I love it to death. Super Mario, specifically Super Mario All-Stars with the collection, the original, Mario Bros. 2, Mario Bros. 3, and Super Mario.
Mhm.
That was all in one. And Mortal Kombat.
Oh, Monster
those
Mortal
three.
Kombat.
Yeah.
Jarool, go ahead.
Yeah,
Breeze
so,
into this. Go on.
my three childhood games that I grew up with. I grew up with Super Mario.
You
Like,
don't want
my
to
first
name like three. Like it you know, could be
Yeah,
one.
names you want.
Alright, well, no. I had three
All right,
growing
go
up
ahead.
because I got all three of them at the same time.
Go
So the
ahead.
first game was Super Mario Brothers because my father gave me a Game Boy for my birthday this one time. He just put a Game Boy in my hand, and Mario's playing. I was like,
Take
alright.
it easy.
He's like, God, go through, go
Is it-
play it.
This is your fate.
Collie, what playing in the background, boy?
It's dangerous to go. Oh God, I
So
made
I
that.
playing
As
Super Mario.
Colin.
And then in that same year,
I know it was
he did by Metroid. And I was like, Dad, what's this? And he's like, oh, there's a game called Metroid where you play as a bounty hunter in space. I was like, a bounty hunter in space? Give it up.
I wish I grew up with Metroid, bro. That sounds like so
And then I
much
beat
fun.
out Metroid. And then when I learned Samus was like, girl, I was like, hey, she
Oh.
badass, boy.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
And finally, it was Pokemon.
Of course.
Hell yeah.
All right, Lachlan.
Well, no,
Um,
because
Let's see. I got my
Pokemon-
first.
Alright, fine.
Yeah, I got my first DS when I was 7, I think, and I got the games I played the most back then were the first two games I owned, which were Legend of Zelda: Phantom Hourglass, which I lost, but then I bought another copy of it in Canada. I have not been playing it, but I did buy another copy so that I could have it and hopefully go back to it one day. It just sucks because my 3DS has a screen protector and that makes it harder to play the game. But like, I'll get past that eventually. Otherwise, New Super Mario Brothers was like the other first game I got. I played that game quite a bit, mainly the multiplayer because that was really fun. And my cousin also had the game, so we got to like play it together. Also, the mini games in that were amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
the first time
yeah.
that came out, I was really hyped for the game because the new power of the blue shell, I wanted to try it out.
Oh god, that was so much fun.
Just being a Cooper shell and just killing everything in the pod, dog. I wanted
was so
I wanted to try it so bad. Well, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like of course, like anyone who knows me knows that like the games I played the most in my childhood and had the most fun playing was obviously Pokemon. The two, like if we're talking about my childhood, the two that I played the most in my childhood, and probably like the two I have the most fondest memories of playing, were Pokemon Leaf Green, which was my first Pokemon game, and then like a little while after that, Pokemon Diamond. Like I remember, like I wanted to get Diamond so badly. Like I walked into the store and they were still taking them out of the boxes, and I was like, "Do you have Pokemon Diamond?" And they had to dig it out of a box to give it to me, and I was so excited. But like, yeah, I've always really loved Pokemon. Like those are like mainly because I grew up watching the anime a lot, and I was always like, I really want like a Pokemon for myself. And then I was really excited when I finally got the games. And I've played, I think I've bought and played every Pokemon game that's come out since Diamond.
Nice.
Like since then. But like specifically in terms of like the childhood games I have the fondest memories playing, it would of course be Pokemon. Those have always been some of the games I sunk the most hours into. Diamond especially, I have a lot of like fond memories of like playing that game. Extremely excited for the remake. Thank God, I've been waiting forever. But like otherwise, like a few other games I enjoyed playing. There was this one Avatar game based on The Last Airbender that was on the Nintendo DS. That was good.
Oh, I thought you meant for the 3DS because that one was hot garbage. As far
What are
as
you
like,
saying right now?
the one, the Legend of Korra. No, there's an Avatar game for the Legend of Korra on the 3DS. It's similar to Fire Emblem, but it's also not. Right?
You know what? I don't
tried-
want to know.
Yeah, they try to imitate. They try to make like a Fire Emblem version of Legend of Korra, but it just didn't.
Collie, you're taking me off track right now.
That
My
sounds
bad.
like
Go
hot
ahead,
garbage.
Lachlan.
But anyway, yeah. It was really just like Phantom Hourglass, New Super Mario Brothers, and Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon. But yeah.
Nice.
Happy Pokemon Day, guys.
Okay.
Happy Pokemon Day.
Happy Pokemon Day. Okay, for me, you all know those old ass Windows computers?
Oh god.
My mom invested in
Yeah.
one of those, and I spent
Oh,
way
God.
too much time on it. So that means I spent a lot of time playing those fucking shitty CD games on the computer. I don't even remember what they're about. I think it had something to do with animals or something. And then, of course, there was Ski Free. Y'all know Ski Free?
Yep.
Nope.
Nah, I know Pet Soccer, but not ski.
Y'all don't know fucking Ski Free. It's
I
such a
am sorry,
stupid
why?
game. It's so dumb. It's like a CS
Never-
like student project. Like that's what it is.
Did you ever outrun the Yeti?
No, I've
Was
never
it
beaten the
better?
Yeti.
No, there was a way you're supposed to do it. There's a button you're supposed to hold on to go faster.
Oh, I never knew that. I just knew left and right.
Yeah, it was kind of stupid because there were no instructions that told you that.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Got love on the train again.
there was also Minesweeper, but I never knew how to play Minesweeper.
I only learned how to play Minesweeper
Just
last
click until
year.
you die, bro.
Yeah,
That's
like
how we used
I
to
learned
play.
when I was in like my teens, but like I was playing when I was like 5, I was just clicking shit, and I was just like, what the
Yeah,
fuck
just
is
click
That
this?
was
until
the
you
best
die.
time.
That was my
Yeah, that
childhood
was the
video
difference.
gaming experience, just playing fucking Minesweeper. Kale, go ahead.
Click until you die.
Game Boy Advance SP, Van Helsing, Cars,
Hey.
Mario Kart. For the Wii, just
Oh,
like Wii
guy.
Sports or whatever. PS2 was Naruto Ninja Storm, I think, or like
Ninja
Shadow
Console?
Clone, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Midnight Club 3, Kingdom Hearts 2, and for the PC, Monster Truck Madness, Need for Speed Underground 2, GTA San Andreas. Oh yeah, Pokemon Red. Fire Red.
Nice.
Fire Red.
Oh
That's
yeah, that kind of. Sorry, yeah. Finish. Sorry.
No, that's a good.
Oh yeah, no, I was kind of saying that did also just remind me that I used to play games a lot with like one of my cousins when he like used to kind of live down the road, and he had a Wii and a PS3. So we used to play. What was it? Well, we used to play a lot of Naruto Ultimate Ninja. It was Ultimate Ninja 3. I think we played. Oh wait, who just?
We just joined.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of Naruto Ultimate Ninja 3 we used to play. We didn't have like a memory card, so he would always just bring it over, like put it in, and then like do a cheat. Oh, someone.
That's Andy. Andy, we're filming the podcast right now. You're live being recorded. Okay, yeah.
Good job.
Continue.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to love playing Ultimate Ninja together. I probably never used to win, but that was fine. And also, I think Smash Bros. I can't remember if he had Smash Bros. I just remember whenever people had Smash. I don't think he had Smash Bros. But he had a Wii, and we used to like playing on his Wii. I used to just like making Miis on his Wii. But
Nice.
yeah.
I'm typing any fucking book club right now.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Damn, remember the book club?
Kelly, go ahead.
Wow.
Let's move on.
What about that?
So now I can't remember the names of the games, but
Describe them.
my cousin got the PlayStation, so we used to play games together. It was, I think, Power Rangers.
Ooh.
Cannot remember. We also had another game that was a one-person player. So for the life of me, I just can't remember. But I think it was like adventure, and you had to go to different towns and defeat stuff.
Kingdom Hearts.
That
No,
sounds like every
There's
JRPG.
literally every video game.
That sounds like an average RPG.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I can't
Legend
remember.
of Zelda.
Difficult.
It was
Could
not.
be Lele, it could be Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, I don't know
Mario
what it was.
series.
Look, I cannot remember. Okay,
You should
Um,
ask them
Final
and find out.
Fantasy.
we used to play. He got the Wii, and then we used to play a lot of like Wii Sports.
Yes, sir.
This was the shares.
Mario Kart, Splashdown.
You mean
Lachlan, control them
Mario
dogs.
Kart? Mario Kart?
I am control shit.
No, I think Splashdown was on the PlayStation. Anyway, yeah, just some really old stuff I cannot
nice.
remember for the life of me.
Nice.
I
That's
never
fine.
thought Kelly would be the one to play video games.
Why not?
Really?
I mean,
That's
She doesn't.
sexist.
What do you mean by that's sexist?
Yeah, they play a lot of games. That is sexist, actually.
I mean,
Sharma, go ahead.
Anyways,
I don't know what
let me
to say.
finish. Let me just finish the
Yeah,
podcast
Sharma, go
already.
ahead,
We've
go
been
ahead.
too much.
Oh, and
Yeah.
the fucking minutes in right now, Sharma. Go ahead.
My cousin, when he got too old and too busy to play his games, he gave me his old SNES. I was like 9. It still works, and the game still works. The first
Just-
game that I used to play all the time was Mortal Kombat 3
That's a really good
and
one.
That was the best of the best.
Animaniacs.
Which
Animania?
which one that was? Mortal Kombat 3.
Wait, is that the
Kombat
wait? It was
3,
SNES, right? Was that the one
Yeah,
where they
SNES
changed the
was
blood
yeah.
to sweat because it's a Nintendo?
No.
No, I think it still had
Nice
blood.
Metal Slug.
No,
Nice
no,
Metal Slug.
no.
think
I
it's
Mortal
Blood.
Kombat did it too. I just can't remember like which title it did it for. But it
I think
definitely
it
did
was
Mortal Kombat.
one.
Might
It
have
was
been
It's a,
one,
yeah,
I
no,
believe
it's
it was-
not
no, it might have been 2 actually.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But that was the thing. They
And
replaced the
anyways,
blood with sweat. It was so funny.
a pro.
I did
I was a
understand.
pro at solitaire, Spider Solitaire to be exact.
I'm playing solitaire right now.
and pinball
Yo,
and purple place.
Pinball was a shit.
Purple place.
You got purple place. I
Okay,
ain't hear that name in
that was
so
the
long,
best.
boy.
And my favorite thing in purple place was the cake. The cake
Yes,
one.
yes, I
Same.
love that one.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
That's a
You
Windows
know
is
Purple
Windows
Place?
is a Windows 7
Like
game.
I said, I played
You
fucking
missing out,
Ski
bro.
Free at Mindsy, but I don't know
Not
fucking
not just
Purple
7, I think it
Places.
was even before that.
It was
Oh, and I
all
used to
Windows
play
7.
a knockoff Sims thing. I can't remember any of it.
Nice.
Age of Empires.
That is not
Nah.
knockoff Sims.
I used to play Pop
It was
Tropical.
Yes. Oh my god, Kelly, I love you so much.
I also
What,
do not know what
Tropica?
fucking Pop Tropica is.
No, because I was in
Oh,
this
Pop
call the
Tropica.
other day, and I was like, "Have any of you guys played Pop Tropica?" And I think it was Jonathan and Kale, and neither of them had heard of Pop Tropica.
Oh yeah. We played that. Me and Van.
What?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So it's just
That's
them
not-
being weird.
Primary school. That was around like standard 4. I started playing. I remember when it only had a few islands on the map. That was
in
childhood.
I was earlier
Kinda
in
reminds
primary
me-
school. We used to play this fish game, and we just
Feed
had
and
to
Frenzy?
be eaten out.
Feed and
Fancy?
Frenzy. Feed and Frenzy.
That kind of remind me of Islandville.
Best
some
game
reason.
ever. And Mabel typing something.
I
That
know
was good.
Type Shark.
I remember typing
Mabel-
Shark, yeah. I played that one.
Mabel typing.
You don't be fucking Googling right now. Okay, we wrap it up. Hold up.
Mavis Beacon. Mavis Beacon.
Closing
She's
remarks.
typing.
Closing remarks. Rajiv, go.
She was good.
Oh god, you're just speeding right through.
Yeah, great time, guys. I have no idea what we talked about. So yeah,
Collie.
good job.
Yeah, fellas, it was good.
Jarool.
Yeah, fella. What is it?
Lachlan.
The fastest way to put a woman off, just tell her that you wash your face with hand soap. It works every time.
Kale.
100.
Wait, you do?
Kale. He's asleep. Kelly.
Yeah.
Sharma. Sharma.
Mavis Beacon teaches typing was a great game. I
Okay.
don't know how to type.
I know that.
but-
Oh, I know that. Yes.
Maybe it's just like,
Yeah.
why do I know that?
Why
Yes.
do you
I
know
feel like
that?
I
You've
know
probably
that.
heard of it. I've heard of it.
Whatever. I'll just say, the thumbnail gonna be a little weird.
What is it telling me? I'm gonna be?
You'll see when the video goes up. It's
No,
going.
I don't notice. So
Just check the channels, mini channel, whatever.
okay.
If you
Just right.
if you happen
What
to
you
see,
doing?
anybody watching, if you made it this far and you're trying to figure out what the fuck is the relation between the thumbnail and the video, there is none. I am
No.
sorry. Yeah, that's it. That's the thumbnail.
Okay.
Just
My
fine, get
bad.
on this one.
Anyways, everybody here at BTA Podcast. This has been episode number 23. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, 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 hey.